Yo, welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Great League, and let's see what we're working with. We have the Hakamo-o with the Skarmory core with the Shadow Feraligatr here. So we are going to switch out into the Shadow Feraligatr. We do have the Crunch version. We're going to do this neutral damage here is why we have the Crunch here versus the Ice Beam. Right now we're going to shield here because we're going to try to keep this Feraligatr pretty healthy so we can spam all these moves. We do get the Icy Wind debuff. We're going to go for a bunch of these Hydro Cannons at this point. Our opponent is able to throw a move right before we get to ours. One Body Slam here doesn't quite KO. We're going to be able to get to another Hydro Cannon here. Hydro Cannon is going to be able to take this into... Okay, they actually shield, so that's not bad with the Feraligatr. We'll take that. And then we're going to come back in with the Hakamo-o. And we're going to tank this move here. I believe we're going to be aiming for a break here to not only do super effective, but potentially debuff. Let's see what we end up doing. One move away from it. Okay, we do go for the break here. This should take it out. Okay, barely didn't take it out, but we are able to get one fast move damage off. I'm going to switch out into the Skarmory. And they're going to stay in with their Dugong here, probably go for the Icy Wind and dip. That is the case, and they do have the Gligar in the back. Gligar here is going to match up against our Skarmory that is debuffed. We do go for the Sky Attack first. Our opponent here does go for the Aero Ace. All their moves, all the traditional moves that Gligar run are going to be resisted, so we are going to be able to survive that. First Aero Ace, another move comes through right here. Ends up being the Dig. Barely doesn't take us out. And then we're going to try to farm down with the Hakamo-o. We do get the farm down. We're going to go for a move right when our opponent does get a fast move off. We do get the shield. And we're trying to race to another move. And unfortunately, not enough health. We should have shielded something earlier, it seems like. Probably... had to shield more of the Hakamo-o or the Skarmory, obviously. Nonetheless, we're going to move on to the next game. We do face the Whiscash. So this is kind of a neutral matchup. Our opponent does let us sneak in an extra fast move right here. The Scald comes through. We avoid the debuff, which is a great start, and it's a resistant move. We are able to throw our break right here to debuff our opponent. And then our opponent is probably going to go for the Mud Bomb right here. Yep, makes sense. And then they do switch out. It looked like it was a Dragonair. Let's see. It was a Shadow Dragonair, and they end up using a shield. So that's going to help us. And we're going to switch into the Skarmory here. We're going to be able to tank all of these moves. We do got the shield advantage. They go for the Dragon Pulse. Okay, so all the moves would have been resisted except the Aqua Tail, but they decided to go for the Dragon Pulse. We're able to farm down at that point. We have a ton of energy to throw back at whatever comes back in. Is this the Lickitung? No, it ends up being the Vigoroth. So Vigoroth there does invest the shield thinking that it was the Brave Bird. Now we go for the Brave Bird. Huge damage goes through. We're going to switch out immediately. And we're going to try to farm up extra energy. And we do farm up to 2 Hydro Cannons here to ensure the win. We go for this first Hydro Cannon, taking out this Whiscash. Then we have another Hydro Cannon to throw right back at this Vigoroth. And they realize that that's the case. So that is GG's. On to the next game right there. Pretty decent team right here. We have the Dragon pair with the Steel Skarmory, obviously. And then the Feraligatr kind of as our safe swap right now. All right, next game. Let's see what we find. We got the Skarmory. Okay, Skarmory a little bit more tricky. We're just going to switch out and see what they have in the bag. All right, we draw out the Lantern. Better to see the Lantern right here than versus our Skarmory. So that's the only positive. We are able to get a neutral Crunch to go off. We do shield here just to get a potential another Crunch to come off. We might get a shield here. Let's see if our opponent ends up shielding. We do get the shield. We don't get the debuff though, so that's a little bit unfortunate. No debuff, and now this Hakamo-o is going to be able to farm down. We're going to be able to tank this serve really easily, and we're going to be able to resist all the moves. Looking for the farm down, doesn't quite get the full farm down before they throw a move. Ends up being another serve, and now we know the Lantern's out of there. We're going to switch out immediately again into our own Skarmory. they're going to stay in for a little bit. Probably going to go for a Brave Bird and Jib. Let's see what our opponent does. Right now, they revealed that they have Lantern and Skarmory. What do we think we have? What do we think they have in the back at this point? Maybe another water type? Let's see. They are staying in, so they definitely don't want to see this Skarmory in the back for now. We're going to shield here for that reason, and we're going to go for the Sky Attack of our own. Let's see if we get a shield from this position. No shield. Okay, so looking for the farm down at this point. We don't get the farm down. So they are able to take our own Skarmory with their own Skarmory. Okay, it ends up being a dragon in the back. Here we go. Does Energy Advantage beat this Dragonair? We do get to another Dragon Claw here. Does this Dragon Claw take out this Dragonair? It does, and we are able to farm down. No, GG's to our opponent. Running a similar team like we were running, except for they had the Lantern as their water type versus our Feraligatr. So nice play by them. On to the next game. We do have the Shadow Sandslash here. They do decide to switch out into their own Feraligatr. Feraligatr here is Shadow as well. So maybe we get a shield right here as they can't really take damage. So that's indeed what happens. And then we're going to take the shield advantage, switch into our own Shadow Feraligatr. They go for these Hydro Cannons. So one Hydro Cannon, even though resisted, takes nearly 50% health, 40% health. But we do have the shield advantage. So we do shield once, farm up a little bit, throw our own Hydro Cannon here. We do get the second shield, racing to the second. Okay, racing to another Hydro Cannon, and we do end up getting to it. So GG's right there, winning the switch after a little bit of a delay. We do have a shield advantage, so that's really important. Then they're going to switch out into their Azumarill as soon as we have our Skarmory come back in. We're going to stay in because we actually want this matchup. The Ice Beam does some good neutral damage on their part, but we're going to be able to throw some neutral Sky Attacks right back at them. The next move we're aiming for is probably Brave Bird. Yep, right there is the Brave Bird. Let's see if it KOs from this range. This looks like an XL, and boom goes the Azumarill. Going to switch out immediately into our Hakamo-o. Racing to this Brick Break. Easy shield right here. Will this Brick Break take out this Shadow Sandslash? Double weak to fighting. This is a stab move, and barely doesn't take it out, but we do get one extra fast move to KO. So GG's to our opponent. Good to note that the Brick Break right there doesn't quite KO the double super effective Shadow Sandslash. Okay, next game. Let's see if we can end up on a good note. We're gonna have the Guzzlord versus the Hakamo-o. Okay, so we're gonna stay in. Okay, they actually switch out and they revealed that they have the Feraligatr again. We're gonna do the same thing. Throw this Dragon Claw. We do get the shield. Gonna switch out into our own Feraligatr, and let's see what they do. Does this Feraligatr throw the Hydro Cannon, or they go for another move? They go for the Hydro Cannon. They go for the Hydro Cannon again. They have another Hydro Cannon. We're gonna shield once, farm up a little bit, and then we're gonna throw this Hydro Cannon of our own. Let's see if our opponent ends up double shielding like the last game. They do go for the double shield. We do get to another move, but this time they are able to win CAP tie. We're going to shield right here just to get this extra Hydro off, and then flip the switch. That's pretty good. And then we have the Guzzlord. We're going to make a call and go into our Skarmory right here. Skarmory is going to be able to resist the Dragon Tails from this Guzzlord, but we're going to take some neutral crunch. Then they switch out into the Lantern, so that was a great call by us, kind of reading the team a little bit and avoiding this Lantern on our Skarmory. We tank the Thunderbolt. We're going to throw a Break to debuff their defense and do some neutral damage right here. And they're going to race to a Dragon Claw. We don't get to the Dragon Claw, unfortunately. Let's see if this Surf takes us out. It does indeed. Okay, so now we're going to farm out just a little bit, throw this Sky Attack. Even though the Sky Attack is not super effective, it's low enough that it does take it out. And then we're going to race to a Brave Bird right here. Does this Brave Bird take out this Guzzlord from this range? Let's find out. Boom! Yes, it does. So GG's to our opponent. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.